Mm. All right, and welcome back, everybody, to another paint stream for the Hollywood diorama. Um, got quite a bit done last night. I did a little bit of work on some dry brushing on the base layer, just to kind of get some, just kind of get ahead of myself for today, because today we're going to be doing a lot of the greens in the hills and stuff like that. And then we might do some foreground foliage and trees and stuff like that, like in the kind of the bottom here. Just gonna have a nice sort of contrast. You have the bright purple, yellow sky, and then you have the browns, and then you have more green, brighter greens in the bottom. I think it'll make for a very, very nice like pop, on the shelf. And I might actually do something like really quick, shadowing actually real quick before I do any of that. But yeah, that's kind of what we have lined up today. So just gonna do a little bit of shadow work with some blacks and browns, and then we'll do some greens, and that'll be where we start from today and see how far we can get. Just because the way these streams go is that we kind of go until I can't really paint no more. So because a lot of times it's like just waiting for paint to dry, half the time. So. This guy. So we'll just do kind of limit on brushes now. We've used a bunch past few days. So might get something out of them. The ones we used yesterday. It's kind of went crazy with the sky. So. But I'm gonna save some of these guys. Let's use a sponge stick. Just grab a smaller one. There we go. And I think we'll just reuse the. No, I don't want to use the wash. I think we'll just go for a natural thing. Let's grab some brown. That'll be enough. Running low. Need to stock up on more paint. But yeah, it's usually like the browns and the gray that you usually kind of use the most when it comes to dioramas. Like you don't really get to use like the really bright, cool colors, All right, do some shadow work, and then we'll do the greens after that. A bunch of different shades of green I'm going to try and use. I'm just going to add a bit of variety to the shelf, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Yeah, the reason why I'm going for a brownish black is because I want to kind of I use this. I use the same brown for like the line work and stuff like that, so I want to kind of reuse it just for shadows. Make it a little more natural looking. Just making sure I got a good angle camera wise. All right. And we'll just kind of start off by kind of like mapping out different areas. So we'll kind of just like map out this area here. I'll just add little bits of shadow lines here. Hey, old man Kenneth. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Boobs? Hell yeah. We are big fans of the boobs here. Should do little lines here. Just kind of added a little bit extra detail to our mountains here. What the fuck? And then we'll move on to our greens. Make them look more like Hollywood Hills rather than just boring old rocks. Mountains. All right, should be good enough. Right side. Without internet for 4 months. Holy shit. What happened? Yeah, my generation, that would be a nightmare. So. Not for me, though, because I could catch up on my drawing and stuff. So I couldn't, because I needed a lot of reference for it. Picking up from the internet. But I could always catch up on my reading. So got a bunch of like Star Wars, like expanded universe books I need to go through. Not enough time in the world to do that. It's too busy. But thinking about taking them out with me on my work trips. Might be a better way for me to catch up. All right. Long story. I'm just glad I had my DVDs and Blu-rays and PS4. Yeah. All right, I need to adjust the one. So remember the when I went to put it on the shelf earlier yesterday, it didn't fully line up. I'm just kind of fix that right now. Good enough. Right. All right. That should be good enough. So they're all pretty much done. Just need to wait for them to dry up, but might just quickly thin them out with a Pentel. These lines don't have to be perfect, you know, just kind of meant to be extra detail line work. So I'm just gonna dab it out. Faster these things dry, the faster we can get to the greens and all that jazz. Okay. Another sheet, and that was pretty much almost good. Ready to go. Yeah. This side, we can do the greens and get this looking more like Hollywood Hills rather than just the boring old mountains. Okay. Just move this side here. Be careful though. That should be good enough. I'm moving some things off the table before we continue. I won't really be needing all these paints. No. Probably I should have done this before the stream, but it's all good. It's all good. All right. So, put Okay, so we'll start off with some like darker greens. Let's see which one we want to use. There's that one we could use. I'll use this one. Darker the better because we're doing a sunset. We'll do a, just try to get the corner there. Or not sunset, sunrise, rather. And I'm just going to look at my reference. Got some pictures pulled up of Hollywood Hills, so I'm going to start from the bottom, actually. Oh, use the wrong movie. It's like a add a bit of variation to it. Actually, I can do both at the same time. Add a bit more variety. Just do lighter amounts on the top and then more fuller amounts on the bottom. That's kind of how we're going to roll with this. This is the way that it's kind of scattered. This is the kind of way the mountain is. It's kind of like you see more of the mountain, like the terrain and all that, and the more so than the trees from a distance. It's kind of like all in like patches like this. We'll kind of do like a variety of different like little trees and stuff like that as well once we get there. A little bit on the shadow, not too much. Just enough. And the foam is a little bit bent, which I'll be fixing at some point. Once it's all finished and painted, because it'll be a lot easier that way. The way you kind of fix the warping of the foam board is you basically paint the other side, weigh it down for about sometimes like a couple hours. I've sometimes left it there for like almost a whole day. I might do it tonight or overnight. Like that might also work. Just kind of yeah. Because the idea with that is to kind of help warp it to the other side, rather, and kind of help straighten out the dial or the foam. right, flip it over to the other side. I'm mixing two different greens. That way, get a bit more variation in the. And so we'll do another different variations as well as we go. Just kind of just make it look more interesting to look at. We have bigger chunks on the bottom here. I'm not gonna worry about it too much though, because I will be going over it with some sponges and all that. Kind of make some like foliage. We'll be using like different. We'll use kind of like different shades of green for that. Just gonna add a bit of a differentiation difference. So, I'm finding English today. We'll do some trees as well. I'll probably reuse the same colors we have used for the shadows, so they make the same browns and all that. Oh, that's looking a little awkward. Yeah. Leave that to the side. We'll do the side walls. Yeah. The left side. No, the right side. It's the right side. Let's do a little bit of a dry brush there. See, a little bit different sort of mountains I usually do. I usually do the classic sort of gray ones, but this time, because it's Hollywood Hills, there's a lot of like greens up in there. So that's what we're going for. Okay. We'll do the left side. Yeah, this will do like a light shade of green, just kind of a bit more of a pop to the stuff, and then we'll do the foliage and sort of the same sort of colors here, or maybe a little bit different colors, just kind of add a bit of a variety. The greens, that way it kind of pops out a bit more, like the stuff in the background and the foreground and all that. this guy. Now, even though it's still drying, I can still kind of go ahead and do some of the lighter shade here. Hope this one doesn't lose that. I'm having problems. Let's see. Nasty paint. And whatever we can to make some like little textures here. Okay. To the side wall, we'll start doing the foliage after that. Just bouncing everywhere. Actually, I think before I do the foliage, I think I'm gonna do the Hollywood sign actually, and like the little tower. No, it should be okay actually. I'm not gonna be covering up with any like trees. I was just thinking because of the trees and all that, but I think I'm gonna leave it. Do it at the end. Do the best for last. You know what I'm saying? Or is it the best? Hollywood's weird nowadays. Or this has always been weird. But it's a good occasion for my dioramas, so I'm doing it today because it's meant to kind of house my aerial bots in the little place to hang out on the shelf. Which so far I only have two: Silverbolt and a Slingshot. Still got to get the other three going, but hard to kind of catch up when there's so many different things coming out this year. Trying to get the X-Trans butts, protect the butts, and their Constructicons, and I gotta get MCs, protect the butts, and then Magic Squares, Combaticons, then Fantoys is finishing off their Menasor this year with their dead end, hopefully. Who I heard is coming in June, actually. I think. Originally, it was supposed to be March, I think, but I think that pushed around. That'll be one team finished off this year, at least. And I imagine Magic Square is going to be finished off this year as well if they're Combaticons, because their rollout's been really, really fast. Like they, you know, it's like 1 or 2 months after the other, you know. So it's pretty cool that they are, because what they're doing is they're kind of upscaling their legend scaled Combaticon to make them masterpiece scaled and all that. And so pretty cool stuff. I got their Brawl and Swindle, so, and their Onslaught's on the way. Which hopefully I'll be in town for when it arrives. I'll have to get my brother to drop it off for me. Because the service I use, they don't put it in the box. They just throw it on your porch, so. And there's my mountain skills. Nice and detailed. With very little effort put into it. All right. So I'm not going to use a brush for this. Use my sponges. Which have seen better days. But, you know, you don't really need to replace these ones too much because you still reuse them for whatever you need. So I kind of put a mix. Oh my goodness. What is this? What is this? There we go. So you got a bunch of different greens to work with here. And I think we'll just go start from the corner here. That way we kind of map out where we want it all to kind of start. Yeah. That's good. Really like this combination already. It's looking yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll do a you know, probably do some lighter shades here, and then we'll do the trees and all that. Probably do a mix of trees. We'll do kind of some palm trees. We'll do some regular forest trees and all that. Just kind of add some variety to the shelf. Just going to cover up all these little cracks here. But we're going to be very conscious not to really put any trees in there. We'll probably just put them to the sides, the corners, and all that. Keep this main mountain sort of free of trees, so to speak. Because you want to see the Hollywood Hills, yeah, or the sign and all that without any distractions. Although it is going to be hard to see actually on the actual shelf because I have a big guy going right in front of it. So, but I don't know it's there, so it's going to count for something. But yeah, I'm thinking about actually doing some edited videos of actually showcasing the dioramas a bit more, like after streams. Just because I don't really do a whole lot of that as much as I probably should, because it's kind of hard to do that on live on air, because it's hard to actually get into the shelves or get a video of them. Because my webcam is stuck to the computer, so I can't really do anything about that. So people have to wait until a video comes out to see the, or just follow my Twitter and all that. But not everyone has Twitter, so it's kind of a tricky thing to navigate. Go ahead and do the side walls now. Yeah, having these different like shades of green kind of helps like pop the shelf out a bit more, or different elements of the foliage and all that. Look at the side there. And the left side. Make sure the sides are taken care of. Yeah, I think we'll do another shade. Or might do some of the darker greens in the front more. Let's see. Yeah. Let these sides dry a bit more. The back one first. We'll move on to this one. Maybe we'll do some trees, and then some more foliage and all that shit. And it's a little crusty. It sucks. The sides. And I think I have to just kind of have to wait for it all to dry because next we're going to be doing the trees. Actually, I might be able to do the Hollywood sign while it's drying. I'm probably gonna have to work backwards on that, but we can try. We'll see. All right. See if I got the going. I gotta wait for a lot of this green to kind of dry off as we get going. Here. So I think right here is where I want the Hollywood sign to go. And then we'll do like a little tower, like right there. So, smallest brush I got. Okay. And I need my white paper. Let's hope we don't fuck up. All right, let's get in close. All right, not too shabby. It's a little bit unfinished, but we'll just kind of have a second coat, make it pop out more. Not perfect, but I think it gets the message across. Don't want to mess with it too much because it's very, very fine work there. But I'll do a little bit of the tower. Got a pen actually for that. There's like a little bit of tower by the Hollywood sign. So you don't do anything stupid. You want to see the shape of it? Okay. Yeah, a little bit of thing there. That should be good enough. Nothing too fancy. But yeah, there's our Hollywood sign now. Oh, there we go. Welcome to Hollywood. Transformers. But yeah, so I might do a little bit more of the green in the top area while I'm waiting. So if you just a little bit more paint up in here. Oh, should be good enough. There's our Hollywood sign. Let's see if I can do like a border around the whites. Hey, Corey, good to see you. Might do a little bit of a border once it's all dried. It's pretty much good to go. That way it kind of pops it a bit more. But sure, go this way. Less likely to do damage. Now the sign can kind of pop out a bit more. A little line work there, so show it. There it is. So yeah. Now just kind of waiting for this green here to dry. Then we can do some trees and more foliage and all that. So yeah, doing all right. Still drying, so my sidewall doing the same thing. So I might just cut the stream right now, and then come back a little bit later once it's all fully dried, and then we'll do the trees, and then we'll do some more foliage, and I think we'll be done after that. There's not really a whole lot for me to do right here because I'm just like waiting for all this stuff to dry. So times it almost 11 hour. So I got quite a bit done today, this morning, anyways. So because I don't want to really mess with this a whole lot because it's still drying. You know, if I try to put some trees in here, it'll kind of mess up the paint. So trying to think when I should go back live. Maybe a little bit later tonight. Maybe around 4. We'll do 4 or 5. Hey, Final Fantasy fan, good to see you. We're just kind of wrapping up right now because I don't really have much to do now because I'm waiting for paint to dry in certain spots here. But we'll be back later tonight, though, probably around 4 or 5-ish, depending on what I want to do with that. So, yeah. And before I leave, just a quick shout out to myself. I have an Etsy shop right up here. It's pinned to the top of the comments. So if you want to go buy some stickers, I actually have some coasters on the way. They should be here tomorrow. So I'll be selling those as well. They'll be put on the shop. And yeah. And just do a quick little preview of what the stickers look like. They're pretty cool to me. So just a quick little promo vid, and then I'll kind of call it a wrap right here.